Hello, welcome back to Minecraft. In the single player world today, it has been a minute. I've spent most of my Minecraft time in creative worlds coming up for designs, or with designs rather, for farms that I want to build into the world. So the next few episodes are going to cover those. It's going to be a lot of fun. And the first thing we're tackling is a moss farm for two important reasons. One, what moss is awesome. Also, two, you get a ton of bone meal from that, and that is really important. I have a number of farms where bone meal is really starting to become an issue, and I thought I have like a sugarcane farm and a cactus farm. They don't generate a ton of bone meal really, so this moss farm is really going to help out with that. And yeah, I know there are videos of designs out there, but you know, it's always fun to come up with your own approach and solution to things. So I set out to design a moss farm, and you know how it goes, or at least for me it always goes like this. I think I'll spend one evening on it and I'll come up with a design that'll have all the, it'll be completely finalized, it'll have all the extras that I thought about, but the reality is, after one evening, I'll have a barely functioning prototype with a ton of kinks to still iron out, and it takes several more evenings to do that. At the end of that though, I had a really awesome moss farm design. I liked it so much that I made a tutorial video on that as well. I'll link to it in the description below, or you know, maybe in the top right, one of those suggested video things. I'm pointing to the top right, but you can't see, so in the top right. So what I try to do here for all the farms and contraptions is have some sort of building in the village that represents it and that decorates it. Even though a lot of the redstone of these things is hidden underground, it's still clear where it is, what it is, and we can incorporate storage into it, etc, etc, etc. So I've had this term in my head, and I really hope this is not some sort of innuendo thing, but I've had the term mossy gazebo in my head basically since the start of, man, look at these shots. Oh, that one missed. Oh, and we have a zombie over there. Yeah, mossy gazebo, basically since the start. So I knew that's what I wanted to do. I looked up some reference images. I came up with a pretty nice design, and I want to build that over there. I hope I can sort of walk over there and don't get creepered too hard. We should be okay, we should be okay. In this area, I have sort of the first block, so we'll do some terraforming around it. And gazebos, often in parks, so that's giving me a really nice sort of destination for this area. I wasn't sure what to do with it, but a park seems really nice, and also a really nice way to make use of more of the moss blocks in the world, as well as the azaleas, etc, etc, etc. And so yeah, I haven't come up with any designs there yet. We'll see that later in the videos, but let's start building the gazebo first. counting. Fun, especially when you discover that you've built part of the build one block wrong and you have to shift it all by one block. Fortunately, I discovered that fairly early, so it was only in the base. But anyway, here we are, the gazebo. The gazebo itself is not so mossy, but the base certainly is. And I hope to add the more moss effect with some vines, with some glowberries, some lichen, other glow stuff in 1.17 to make it a little bit more weathered. Also, what I want to do, the roof is fully oxidized, and when I say fully oxidized, I mean half of it is fully oxidized because I didn't have enough fully oxidized copper to complete the roof. Again, counting, fun. So basically this is the only angle that you can look at it. If we just fly here, you can see, yeah, it's half of it. But anyway, what I want to do as well is when this is fully oxidized, and I know this isn't the most efficient way to do that, I should have spread out the oxidized blocks. I think but it'll be fine. But what I want to do when it is fully oxidized is go through with an axe and scrape off some to one, maybe two, I think one stage before this tint. Beautiful shade, by the way, and then I'll just put some wax on it, and then it'll hopefully look a little bit more weathered. With those things, this build is gonna look amazing. Anyway, before we do that, let's actually start building the redstone. And boom, redstone done. You see the farm in action. I just spent a live stream building the redstone of the farm. JefftyJeff TV on Twitch if you want to get in on that action, or right here on YouTube about twice a week if I manage. But yeah, it took a while. You see that the roof is a little bit more corroded now. That's fine. There's a long way to go there still. And you can see it going. You can see the moss blocks flying. Let's have a closer look there. And you can see it going now. This is where the action happens. And this is just constantly generating moss. On and off switch over here. I'll show you the redstone. I won't go into that in detail. Look at the video if you are curious about how it works. Like the first start, I have an explanation of it. But the moss blocks are being collected here. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on here, clocks to trigger it all, and ultimately there's moss blocks getting sent into a water stream, into whatever storage system you want to have. I just built some chests and some composters here, turning it all into bone meal for now. I have some moss blocks that I collected. Well, hey, if I want to collect them, I guess I can just stand here. But I have some stored in the chest up top. That'll be fine. Oh, and also in the early stages of this running, I want this to be self-sustaining. So this, in this clip, this is already built up like a stack of bone meal or something. It's crazy how much you get, but I want this to be self-sustaining, so I'm feeding back bone meal first, so I won't get a lot of spare bone meal for that for the start. How do I get out of here? Like so. But it's fine. I'm gonna leave this running for a while, and then hopefully we'll get plenty. So with that, I think moss is going to be a big part of the decoration here, and I'll have to see if I can lay out the park. And in the park, what we'll have is we'll have lots of beautiful azaleas, lots of beautiful moss, pathways, benches. This pond, I'll probably clean it up and maybe keep it here and put like a small beach next to this or something. That could be nice. First sleep though. Whoops, I meant to just do the layout and then get back to you, but you know how it goes. The day got away to me. At some point I was building out the pond, building out a custom tree, and I completely forgot to do like a mid-update. But anyway, here we are. Welcome to Meyerbrook part. I'll walk you through it. Over here, want to have some sort of entrance gate. I have a wall around it, basically in the same style as the foundation of the gazebo. I think that'll look nice. A gate, Meyerburg Park. Just spent some time on thesaurus.com looking for synonyms to moss and a pond, etc., etc. So yeah, Meyerburg sounds pretty official. Ooh, excuse me, sir, the park is not yet open. And the wall is going to extend on the other side, but I haven't gotten around to it yet, and I'm not sure exactly how to connect it up. I think the main point is I want to have some sort of separation between the blacksmith and the park. We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. So you enter. I wanted to have an azalea tree here, and I love the color palette and but the shape of the trees is just too wonky. So I made my first custom tree ever, and I gotta say, I am really happy with this thing. This was a lot of work, but the result really is... Oh my god, I can't believe I hit that. The result is really, really nice. So we have a nice curvy stem, or trunk, I mean. And some nice flowery leaves. That's nice. So I really, I got a taste for more trees. I'm gonna have more basically where you see these, what is that? Spruce logs. That's where I think a tree would fit nicely. Anyway, we'll get to that as we go here. So you enter. Basically, it's just a big loop. We can go over here. So we have the swimming pool here, which we will translate to a spa. Maybe I need to add some sort of sauna in some way in here, but we'll see that. But at least a nice, very fancy entranceway with some with some plants guiding you. Then over here, this is a place where I think another tree would work really well. We have over here to the swimming pool again, and into the gazebo, and then over here into the gazebo as well, which I've tried to make a lot more mossy. The oxidization, sorry, has been completely done. I went in there with some beeswax and an axe to reduce that a bit. I think it looks nice. I'm still looking for a way to add some more mossiness to the roof. We'll see. It doesn't look that overgrown yet on the outside, but on the inside it's like, man, craziness. The farm works really well. I have to say, in testing it, I did discover an issue with unloading it. So when you fly away or when you log out and when you come back, then cobblestone is being generated. So that is a kind of a bummer. I guess I'll have to go into creative to fix that in the design. If it's an easy fix, for now I can just run it while I'm in the area or AFK at it. That'll be fine, and then turn it off afterwards. Anyway, so over here in the pond we have some wonderful duckies. Really cute design. I saw this on a server tour recently that we did, and thought they would really fit well in the pond. Another place for a tree. We have the wall up until here that links up to the gazebo, and over here I think I want to have some sort of shed as a place for the output of the farm. It's just some chests underground now, but I want to have a nice building for that. So over here, another tree to sort of separate this from the pond. Some more trees over here, maybe a nice set of benches to relax in this sort of separated area. I don't know yet. A little beach. Lots to decorate here still, of course, but a nice beach to do some swimming. Just gotta, you know, not get eaten by the giant ducks, but otherwise I think it's nice. Ooh, we should put some fish in here. Yeah. And then the path continues. The wall is alongside the log farm as well, by the way. So this is just a replacement of the fence, and I think that works really well. I just hope the TNT doesn't blast the trees too much, so I'll do some tests before I actually spend a lot of time building some trees here. And then the path just continues all the way to the tree. There might be small sort of branching off to, like here to a little bench next to the water or something like that, but this is basically the main path. And then what else? Oh yeah, of course. What I thought to do with the pond is, you can actually see it over there. I want to have a dripstone farm here. And let me walk around through the redstone to show you, because dripstone, like the hanging dripstone, needs to be hanging from a dripstone block with some water above to grow. They haven't grown yet, and I didn't have a lot of dripstone, but I thought the entire pond could basically be that. It looks really good underwater, and we'll see how far we go there. I have 1 dripstone in excess now, so I'm very early in that farming process, and I'll have to look at a way to harvest that automatically, maybe, if I can figure that out as well. But yeah, that's where the dripstone farm is going to be. So we have elements in the park also are functional things, which I really like. Maybe we'll have another, like a stand for some cold drinks or something that in some way reflects a farm that is hidden underground. I'll have to see. But that's all we have time for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, a like would be much appreciated. Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future. All that social media stuff, you know the drill. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I hope to see you next time.